Well, good morning, guys. Here we are for part two of our sermon recap on the sermon that we preached Sunday about being created in the image of God. We had some trouble getting our sermon online. We weren't able to stream that this Sunday, and so just wanted to make sure we're all on the same page. And yesterday I posted a video kind of dealing with the main idea of that sermon, that we are created in the image of God and why that matters for us as believers. And so I just wanted to talk a little bit more and flesh out a little bit more about why being created in the image of God matters for us as believers. So, the second thing I wanted us to see is that God created us to be stewards of creation and to be productive workers in society. Now, just quickly, here's why that matters for us this morning. You have a job. I have a job. We were created by God to be workers so that He might use us in our culture, in our society, to be productive for society at large and for the kingdom. I think there's a couple of things that matter, and I pointed these out in the sermon on Sunday. And Tim Keller talks a lot about work and about the fulfillment of work for the believer. And here's what he says. He says that work is necessary for our own fulfillment. That's one reason God created us to work, because it's necessary for our own fulfillment. It is also for the care and the benefit of the world. So work is necessary because it's for the care and the benefit of the world. And then finally, he says that work is necessary because it is just simply a duty, something we are commanded to do, and something that God models for us in the creation process. So now, again, here's why that matters to you this morning. You have a job. I have a job. Every day, or at least during the week or on the weekend, however your schedule works, you get up and you get ready to go to work. And if we're not careful, man, we get caught up in this cycle of just we're going to work to pay the bills. And man, it's no fun. And God didn't create us to have that attitude about work. That work is actually something that we should find enjoyment in. That it is for a purpose, and that we must give our whole heart and our mind as well as our hands to that work. God created us that way. Work is a fulfillment of His image in us. And so when we do go to work, we go to work with this mindset of God wants me to do this. He created me to do this. He did not create us to go on permanent vacation. As much as I think I'd like that most of the time, I know you probably would too. He didn't create us for that purpose. He created us to help care for and benefit the society around us, to help sustain and grow and cultivate and protect culture around us, His creation. And so I think this matters just simply in an attitude sort of mindset. Man, I want my attitude about work to be meaningful and purposeful and positive, really. Listen, I know there are bad days at work. Maybe you don't really care for your job. Maybe you don't really care for your boss. Maybe you just have this mindset about your job that, look, well, my job's not that important. I just do whatever you do. But there's no job that's I just do this or I just do that. You were created by God, gifted by God, and ordained by God to do what you're doing. So listen, if you're a stay-at-home mom, if you're a school teacher, if you're a garbage man, if you're a janitor, if you're a doctor or a lawyer or whatever job you may have, God has gifted you, ordained you, put you in the right place that you could fulfill this obligation to help cultivate, sustain culture and society with the job that you do. And every job is important, and your job is important. So my hope is we understand this part of being created in the image of God. We would understand, hey, when I get up and go to work tomorrow, I am getting up and going to do an important job that God created me to do and that I am doing as an image bearer of the God who created me. So I hope your attitude about work will be different maybe tomorrow, or at least it will remain positive as you get ready to go about your job. So that's part 2 of what it means to be created in the image of God, and I will tell you about part 3 tomorrow.